Hi, everybody. It's Monday, 27th of February. Today, we've got to focus on the upper back, a little bit the shoulders. It's going to also affect the neck. And we'll start with a massage of the trapezius muscles. If you have a tennis ball, we'll work with a tennis ball on our mats. If you do not have a tennis ball, I will show you how to do the massage simply with your hands. I will just adjust my camera so that you can see the mat. So the tennis ball will be lying down on the floor. So go ahead and get down onto the floor. And with the tennis ball, you will place it at the trapezius on one side. So right now, it's on my left-hand side, just between the neck and the shoulder, and it's that muscular part. Go ahead and lie down with the tennis ball underneath. Now, if you don't have a tennis ball, I still recommend you lie down. You simply take one hand, cross it over your chest, grab the trapezius, and you're going to massage it, okay? You're just going to squeeze, and do what feels good. If we have the tennis ball, place it under the trapezius, and simply turn your head from right to left. Now remember, if there's any pain, you don't want to go into pain. You just want to feel that there's a massage going on and there's some sort of release going on. This is actually called myofascial release. All right, now you can keep going just like this, or massaging, or to increase, lift your hips up to create more pressure underneath the trapezius and on the tennis ball, and go from side to side. If you're massaging, you do not need to lift your hips up. All right, we can stop, take the ball out from underneath, and turn your head now from side to side without the tennis ball and without massaging. And it should already feel different, okay? What I feel is it's a little bit smoother. I've got a little bit more fluidity in my neck. All right, let's do the other side. If you have the tennis ball, place it right at the trapezius between your neck and shoulder and turn your head from side to side. If you're massaging with the hand, simply take your hand, grab the trapezius and squeeze. You can also hold it squeezing and turn your head from side to side. See what that feels like. Okay. After a couple of turns of the head, if you want to take it farther, lift your hips up. It puts more pressure on the tennis ball, and turn your head from side to side. Keep breathing deeply throughout, and just allow this myofascial release to take place. Feels so good. One more turn of the head. And let's bring the hips back down. Take the tennis ball out from underneath. You won't be needing it anymore. You can roll it off to the side if you wish. Now, everyone's still lying on their backs. Turn your head from side to side and notice if there's a difference. We definitely do these things to be able to feel a difference, to be able to feel that something has shifted. So always give it a little test and see what's happening. All right. Stretch your legs out onto the floor, onto your mat, and raise your arms up over your head, reaching from fingers to toes. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out, bring the right knee up to the chest, squeeze it to the chest. And again, deep breath in, reaching, fingers to toes, and breathing out, left knee comes up to the chest, squeeze it into the chest. This time, breathe in, stretching, fingers to toes, bring your right knee to your chest, and lift your head, touch the nose to the knee, lowering back down, reach your arms over your head, stretching fingers to toes. Left knee comes up to the chest, squeeze in, lift the head, nose to the knee, and release. Good. This time, reaching again. Hands to feet, Right knee comes up to the chest. Now changing a little bit. I want your right knee to go over to the left-hand side of your mat. Reach your right arm to the side and go into a little spinal twist. You don't have to go deep into the twist. Go just until you feel the stretch through the back, through the shoulder, even through the neck and hip. And roll back. Bring the knee to the chest again, nose to the knee, and release. Reach your arms over your head once again. Left knee comes up to the chest. Now let your left knee go to the right, stretching your left arm out to the side. Turn your head to look at the left hand. A gentle spinal twist. We're still in the warm-up, just mobilizing. Coming back. Keep the knee up against the chest. Lift your head, nose to the knee. And coming back down. Raise your arms once more over your head. Breathing in. Bring both the knees up to the chest. Breathing out, and now rock from side to side. As you rock, you stay on your back, and the knees just simply go in a gentle diagonal position. Now this time, let your knees go to the right and turn your head to the left. And we change, knees to the left, head to the right. So it's still a diagonal position, knees to the right, you're still on your back, turn your head to the left, knees to the left, turn your head to the right, and this is just stimulating some of the fascial lines in our body. One more time each side, knees to the right, head to the left, knees to the left, head to the right. Coming back to center, lift your head, nose between the knees. Lower the head down. Everyone stretch one arm next to the ear and roll to a side. Doesn't matter which side. Place your hands down on the floor and lift up from the side, and we move up onto our hands and knees to a tabletop position on the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking a deep breath in, curl your spine for cat and cow. Breathing out, round the spine, look to your belly button. Breathing in, we'll curl. And breathing out, rounding. As you do this, see if you can keep your shoulders wide. Lifting your chin as you breathe in and tucking as you breathe out. And get some nice movement into the spine, the neck, the shoulders, and the hips. Coming back to a flat back, let's open our knees and sink back onto our heels. Reach your arms far out in front of you, forehead onto the floor, and relax here for a moment. And this is child's pose. And once you're in your child's pose, really come in contact with your breath. Feel the breath moving in and out of the body smoothly, slowly, calm. And begin focusing your mind right now on the fact that we're going to practice. If at any point it's too much, you can always back off. If you need a rest, you can do that. And sometimes that's the nice thing of practicing on Zoom is you have your own privacy. If it's too much, you're not pushed by peer pressure of other people next to you in class. Here you can really get in touch with yourself because you're on your own. Lift up onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, and let's rise to a downward facing dog. Now you can choose whether you do a down dog with straighter legs, or you can have a crouching cat with knees bent and hips curled up a little bit. Take a deep breath in And breathe out, sink a little bit more the heels towards the earth. Now we're going to breathe in and lift your heels as high as possible, whether you're in down dog or crouching cat. I'm actually in crouching cat. Breathing out, lower the heels. And again, breathing in, lift. Breathing out, lower. Now as you do this, when you lift the heels, more pressure goes on the shoulders and the trapezius. See if you can widen your shoulders. Breathing out, press down through the heels. One more time, breathe in, widen the shoulders. And breathing out, pressing down. Okay, everyone, open your feet as wide or wider than your mat. Walk your hands back. Now you're in a deep squat position with the hips far back behind you. Feet are parallel. Knees are opening towards the baby toes of the feet. One hand at a time, bring the hands onto the thighs and lift the chest. Okay, so we're in a deep squat position. Hips are curving back and up, so you keep curving your low back. Now in this position, widen your shoulders out to the sides. Feel like you get really wide through the chest and wide through the upper back. It should feel really good. There's a stretch of the belly at the same time. It's a challenging position, even though we have our hands on our thighs. Bring the right shoulder forward. Keep the shoulders widening. Left shoulder goes back, and turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Come back to center, looking forward, shoulders widening. Left shoulder forward this time, bring your right shoulder back and look over your right shoulder. Feel the twist all the way through the neck. Coming back to center, we'll do that again. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Back to center. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Back to center. One more time each side. Right shoulder forward. Back to center and left shoulder forward. Back to center. Now, here comes the hard part. Hands on the thighs, push against the thighs to lift the chest without standing straight. Your knees stay bent. Raise your arms in front of you. You may feel your low back contracting a little bit. Have that strength through your belly to counteract. Reach your arms far in front of you and we squat deeper. Raise the arms and then lower as you rise 5 times. 4, hips go way back. 3, that's it. Get those hips and thighs warm. 2, knees go wide, wide, wide. 1, come up to standing. Step your feet in. And now step yourself to the front edge of your mat. Okay, feet are at hip width. Here you want to look for your starting position, your steady state position. Your feet are dialing out a little bit. You should feel an engagement in the legs, even in the knees, thighs, hips. The ribs lift, the belly lengthens, the shoulders widen, and your arms stretched completely straight by your sides. This is your perfect posture. Look for the perfect posture. There should be a tension, there should be length in your body, but there should be no pain. So it's just enough. It's just right. It's like the Goldilocks principle. It's just right. Not too hot, not too cold, not too hard, not too soft. Just right. Once you're there, hands come to your heart center, and we're going to start moving. So let's take a deep breath in. Raise your arms, raise your eyes, look skyward. Bend your knees now, hands go to the floor. The elbows first to the knees, so you get into a deep squat, like a skiing position. Then they go to the floor. Step your right foot back first, then the left, and you're in plank position. Lift your head, widen your shoulders, belly is strong. Lower the knees down softly and lower your chest down softly to the earth. Point your toes, lengthening out your legs. Widen your shoulders here. This is where it's super important. Feel like they're opening to the sides and push against your hands to rise to a cobra. Cobra can be so healing for the upper back if we do it properly. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto your hands and knees. Now here we're going to do something a little different. Keep your left hand in front of you. Raise your right arm up to the sky, opening, and then thread the needle. Bring the right arm underneath, right shoulder to the floor, right ear to the floor. Coming back, hands back onto the mat, parallel. Tuck your toes, rise to down dog or crouching cat. Right leg lifts to the sky, press it skyward. 3, like you're pushing the ceiling. 2, getting those glutes engaged. 1, kick the right foot forward as far as possible. Then the left, step the rest of the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Lift the chest. Now, sink your hips back really well, just like in the squat position. Raise your arms by your ears. Twist to your right. Right hand on the hip, left hand over the thigh. Look over the shoulder. Then back with the arms to the ears. And then all the way up to standing, arms stretched straight. Find your perfect posture. Shoulders wide. Belly lifts. Legs dialing out a little bit. And we go again on the other side. Slowly still. We'll speed up after a while. Hands to heart center. Breath in, raise the arms. Folding, elbows to knees, hips go way back. Then hands to the floor. Step your left foot back, then the right. Plank position. Lower your knees. Lower yourself down softly. Point your toes, lengthen, widen the shoulders, and push up into an opening cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto the knees. This time it's your left arm. Raise the left arm to the sky. Weave it underneath you, threading the needle. Left elbow comes down. Yes. Back up. Hands parallel on the mat. Tuck your toes. Come to down dog or crouching cat. Left leg this time goes up and you press it. 3, push the ceiling. 2, squeeze the glute. 1, kick it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Lift into chair. Raising the arms by the ears. This time we twist left. Turn left hand onto the hip, right hand onto the thigh. Back to the chair, arms by your ears. And then all the way up to standing. Legs straight, shoulders wide, perfect posture. A little bit faster now. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Folding, elbows to knees. Step your right leg back to plank, then the left. Move your knees down. Moving down to the floor. Point your toes, widen the shoulders, cobra. Push up onto the knees. Right arm comes up. Weave it underneath. Back, hands parallel, tuck your toes. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg goes up, press it. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Chair. Twist to your right. Back to chair. Up to standing, arms stretched straight. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding, elbows to knees. Stepping your left leg back first, then the right. Move your knees down, all the way down. Point your toes into cobra, wide shoulders. Pushing back on the knees. Left arm goes up, thread the needle. Good, coming back, down dog or crouching cat. Left leg goes up, press it, 3, 2, 1, swinging it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward into chair. Twist to your left, back to chair, up to standing. Perfect posture. 2 more rounds, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise, go through it. Folding, elbows to knees. Good, stepping back, right leg first. Yes, well done everyone. Good, plank position, move down. You could do it with or without your knees. Beautiful. Cobra, widen the shoulders. Up onto your knees. Beautiful everyone, really good. Okay, right arm goes up, thread the needle. That's it. And then coming back, and you take your down dog or crouching cat. Raise the right leg, let's go. Press it to the sky, push the ceiling, good job. Yeah, looks beautiful, everyone. Kick it forward, as far forward as possible. If it's only halfway, no big deal. Step the rest of the way forward. Good, coming into chair. Twist to your right, looks great. Coming back to center, yes. And then all the way up to standing. One more round, let's go for it. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding forward. Whew, good, excellent. Stepping back to your plank, left leg first. All right, then moving down with or without your knees. I see some of you are going down without the knees. You're strong, that's beautiful. Rising up to cobra, open the shoulders, and then pushing back. Down dog or onto your knees, ladies, onto your knees, ladies and gentlemen. Left arm up and weave it under. Twisting, yeah, good job. Then coming back and we take our down dog or crouching cat. And then we take the left leg up, pushing, 3, 2, yes, 1, kick it forward. Good job. Coming up into chair. Twist it to your left this time. Yes, back to center. And then all the way up to standing and stay in standing. Whew, right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly. Take a moment to recover. Close your eyes. Feel the heart rate, how much it's raised. See if you can calm the heart rate down. And now bringing the attention again to our trapezius. Take your hands, grab a hold once again of those thick muscles between the shoulders and the neck, and just squeeze. You know just how much to give a squeeze. Work out if there's any tension that has arisen. Sometimes when we do the warm-up, tension arises because it becomes difficult, right? It becomes difficult to move, raise our heart rates. So tension might just arise from that. See if you can release some tension in the trapezius. All right, letting the arms go. Let's set the hands to the hips. Bend your knees slightly. This is important. We're going to raise the right leg. Hold it here and bend even more your left knee. Clasp your hands out in front of you and make like a little Charlie's Angels gun with the fingers and twist to your right. Twist, twist, twist. Pull the belly in. This is excellent core work. Turn your head as well. Holding 3, 2, that's excellent. 1, bring your hands back to your heart center and send the leg behind you into an airplane. The standing leg stays slightly bent, everyone. Okay? So you keep it bent and then reach your arms behind you. Reach behind, holding 3, 2, 1. Rise to standing. And letting go. Good job. We do the other side. Hands to hips. Bend your knees. Raise your left leg. Clasp your hands out in front of you. And then it's like a Charlie's Angels mudra with your hands. Turn your body to the left, keeping the knee out in front of you. Turn your shoulders, turn your head, turn your arms and your hands. Hold it here. 3, 2, excellent work for the core. 1, unwind. Release hands to heart center. Send the leg behind you into airplane. Push the leg behind you. Standing leg stays bent. Reach your arms now behind you as if you want to touch your left foot. Holding 3, 2, 1. Good job. Coming up to standing. Letting go. Excellent. Hands to your hips. Send your right leg halfway behind you on the mat. Okay, so it's not all the way to the back of your mat, it's halfway. It's a very shortened lunge and it's very healthy for your hips. You're going to bend your knees and let your hips sink back. So it's kind of like an open squat. However, the toes are facing 2 different directions. So your right toes are facing out and your left toes are facing forward. Set your left elbow onto the left thigh, sinking the hips back. You're still in that squat position. And raise your right arm to the sky. Good. Now open the shoulders. Look up to your right thumb. Holding here. 3, 2, 1. Keep the arm up. Look down and softly straighten your front leg. So it's your left leg. Bring your left hand to the left ankle. Sink your chest and trunk forward over the left leg. Feel the stretch down the back of the left leg. Your right knee stays bent and strong. Now, if you'd like, turn your head back up to the sky and hold here. 3, 2. If it's too much for the neck, look down. 1. Now, everyone, bring your right hand to your right hip. Rebend both knees. Look to the floor and bring both hands to either side of the left foot. Push off your right foot and kick the leg up to the sky. And we're going to pulse it up 5 times. Working the hip, the glute. 4. Get it up high. 3, 2. Fantastic. 1 more. Bring the leg down next to the other, parallel. Grab a hold of the ankles and let yourself just drop down. Release the head and the neck. Make a little yes. Then maybe a little no. Then another little yes. Hands to thighs. Roll yourself up to standing. Slowly, calmly. Once you're there, hands come right onto the trapezius and give them a few squeezes, releasing the traps. Good job, everybody. We'll do the other side. Hands to hips. Send the left leg back this time, halfway back to the mat, okay? Only halfway. Turn the left toes out to the side. Bend both knees, getting into that funky squat. It's called a tribal lunge. Hips are back. Right elbow to the right thigh. Left arm goes up to the sky and reach. Look up to your left hand, holding here. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Keep the left hand up. Look to your right foot and begin straightening the right leg. Bring your right hand down to the ankle. You'll feel the stretch down the back of the leg. If you want, keep your head looking downwards or turn it back to look upwards and hold. Keep breathing. Pull your chest forward. 3, 2, 1. Looking down. Bring both hands down as you bend the right knee. Bring both hands to either side of the right foot and kick your left leg up to the sky. Here we go, pulsing. 5, work the hip, work the glute. 4, kick it up. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring the foot down. Parallel feet. Grab a hold of your ankles. Drop your head. Little yes with the head. Little no. And ending with a little yes. Woo. Good. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Rolling up to standing. Last chance for a quick massage. Hands at the trapezius. Squeeze. Releasing. Hopefully, we're getting rid of all of the tension that builds up there. Hands to your hips. Bending your right knee. Bring it out to the side. You could be at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms in a V so that you can drop your shoulders and widen them. Let's just do a little test, everyone. Bring the arms next to the ears and feel how it tightens up at the trapezius. So if you open your arms and widen them, it really helps the trapezius to release. Good. Hands to hips, lower the leg, and we change sides. Left knee bends, out to the side. Ankle, knee, or inner thigh. Raise your arms, stretching skyward. Open in a V. Lift the chest. Focus the eyes at one point. Good. And we lower the arms. And we lower the leg. Well done, everyone. We're going to move to the floor, but first we work the core with our plank position. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding elbows to knees and then down, hands on the floor. Step back to the plank. All right. Lift your head in plank. Keep the belly lifting. Keep the legs straight and strong. And take deep, slow breaths. If you would like to work a little bit more, I would recommend bringing your right elbow down, then the left. This works a lot the upper back. Right hand comes back onto the floor, and then the left. Whew. Let's bring the left elbow down, then the right. You could just stay on your hands if you wish. Or you could lower down to your knees and do the same thing. Right elbow down, left elbow down, right hand, left hand. The hardest is on your hands and feet. Now left elbow down, right elbow. This is the last one. Right hand and left hand. Everyone bring the knees down and lower down onto your belly. Whew, good job. Hands under the forehead. Move your hips from side to side to relax and to let go. Good work, everyone. Lifting your head, we're going to be working the arms and the shoulders while we work our back. So reach your right arm in front of you and then bring it over the head and neck as if you're going to touch your upper back. Left arm goes down by your side and then reaches up. If you can grab the hands, great. If you don't, just reach for them. This is going to put some pressure on the neck and the head. It's going to work the neck. Deep breath in, raise your head, chest, and head and neck, and raise the legs. See if you can get your chest up off the floor. Hold it here. Breathe deeply. Good job. Come on back down. Release the arms softly. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and move your hips from side to side. Lift your head. We're going to change. Left arm reaches in front and then over the head and neck as if you want to touch your upper back. Right arm down by your side. Reach up, see if you can clasp the hands. Lift the head and chest, lift the legs. And we hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come on back down. Hands under the forehead. Move the hips from side to side. Now, as I mentioned in our warm-up, one of the best positions for a trapezius is the cobra. So keep your feet hip width. Hands will come under the shoulders. Widen the shoulders here. You'll feel you need to press them down away from the ears and out to the sides. Take a deep breath in and rise into a cobra that's comfortable, that feels good for you. Come to the level that's right. Opening the shoulders all the while. Lengthen the neck. Let the neck grow out of the fertile ground of the shoulders. Lift the chin. Hold for another 3 breaths. 2 and 1. Bring your chest to touch the floor first, and then push up onto your hands and knees. Good. Bring the hands off the right hand side of the mat. Left hand on top of the right. Press your hips back. And take some deep, slow breaths here. Lifting back up. Walk your hands off the left hand side of the mat. And press your hips back. Coming back up, lift up onto your hands and knees. Now we're going to be practicing a mobility type exercise. And when we do it, we're going to do it 4 or 5 times in a row, switching between 2 postures. And you can imagine that this helps to lubrify the joints. And here we're working on lubrifying the shoulders and the hips. So the first position will be camel pose. The knees are hip width. The feet will be tucked under behind us. I want you to reach your hands around behind you. Now you could clasp your hands together here, okay, in a type of position like a snake position. Or you could reach behind you and grab your heels. Now, if you're protecting your back, if you've got some back issues, maybe you want to have your hands at your low back, protecting them this way, okay? It's up to you. So we get into the camel, and we'll hold 3, open up the chest, 2, squeeze the shoulder blades together, 1, we release, set the hands down far in front of you, tuck the toes and take down dog. Let the heels drop, let your head drop, open your shoulders, and we hold 3. It's also releasing the knees. 2, lift the hips up. 1, lower the knees down softly. Back to camel. Choose the camel that you want to practice. Open up. 3, this is mobilization. 2, 1, look forward, set the hands down to down dog and hold. 3, 2, 1. One more time, let's go. Knees come down, rise and into camel, opening up. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Let the head go back if it's comfortable. Looking forward, hands come down and into down dog. 3. That's great, everybody. 2, hips go up, up, up. 1, good job. Bring the knees back down. Come to a seated position. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Pull your feet in towards you. Let your knees open and do a soft and gentle butterfly position with the knees up and down, very softly, taking care of yourself. Keep the low back slightly curved, so you don't want to, on the side, you don't want to round. You want to lift and let your knees open. Good. Then from here, one hand at a time behind you, push against your hands to begin leaning forward towards your feet. Keep your chin tucked, lengthen your spine, take deep breaths. Good. Releasing, stretch your right leg out in front of you, hands behind you, and the right foot is pointing straight up to the sky. Push softly forward towards the leg. Rising back up, lift the knee, cross it over the other leg, and you'll grab a hold and twist towards the knee and the hip that's bent. Unwind. We change legs, stretching your left leg out in front of you, right knee bends, hands behind you, push against your hands to lean forward. Lifting back up, you lift your right knee, cross it over the left leg, grab a hold, twisting towards your left, looking over the shoulder. This should actually be twisting toward your right. If it's the right knee bent, you twist towards the leg that's bent. Unwinding. Come seated on your mat, both feet in front of you, knees bent. We're going to move into the bridge positions. Hands behind the thighs, softly roll down onto your back. Feet are hip width, knees are hip width, the head is down. We're going to press the elbows into the floor to be able to lift the chest. And this draws the shoulder blades in towards each other, so it also widens your shoulders to the side. Lift your hips up in a half bridge, halfway to your maximum. And we'll work the perineum. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your knees together, pull your perineum up to your belly button. Breathe in, open your knees. We do it at least 10 times today. Let's go. Open the knees. Breathing out. Pull the perineum up, squeeze tight. Breathing in, open. And again. And again. Make it as strong as possible. Breathe out and lift up. This is really good for your lower abdomen. 5 more times. This also helps to work the glutes and the thighs. 4 more. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Here's your last one. Good. Bring your hips down, soles of the feet together, knees wide, and you just relax. Hands can go onto the belly. Take some deep, slow breaths. Lifting your knees back up, separate your knees, hip width, feet hip width, elbows into the earth, squeeze your shoulder blades, and this time lift your hips as high as possible into your highest bridge. If there are those of you who like to take full bridge, you could set your hands now, come to the crown of your head and push up into full bridge. Otherwise, everyone is in the half bridge, high half bridge, squeeze the glutes, use your thighs, lengthen your belly, lengthen your neck at the same time, and hold for 5 more breaths. As you breathe, the breath only goes into the upper belly. Please do not take it to the lower belly. One more deep breath in. Arms come over the head, reach behind you. If you don't have enough space, your elbows can be bent. Lower the back, one vertebra at a time, very, very slowly. Letting go of your bridge position. Good job. Keep your arms behind you. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall to the right. Take a few deep breaths here, just letting go. Then one knee at a time, coming back up and change. Knees fall to the left. Arms over the head still. Take deep, slow breaths. One knee at a time, rise back up. Lift your knees up now. Grab a hold behind your knees and pull your knees to your shoulders for a really nice release of the low back. If you want, grab around your ankles or at the bottoms of the feet. This is a happy baby pose, and it's releasing the hips, the low back, as well as the backs of the legs and the thighs. Bend your knees, rock a bit from side to side. Then setting the feet flat on the floor so the knees stay bent. I want you to bring your arms up to the sky and clasp the fingers together. And simply rock from side to side, feeling massage of the upper back. And then come back to center, and you'll raise your arms up and down, and you'll feel the shoulder blades moving along the upper back. Then we'll draw a circle with the arms, go in one direction, and feel how that massages your upper back, helps to get a good release here. Change the direction of the circle, go in the opposite direction. Should feel really pretty good. And then keeping the hands clasped, bring your hands behind your head, bring the elbows in front of the face, and lift your head to get a stretching through the neck. Then turning the head to the right, see if you can see your right foot. And you'll feel the stretch move down the left-hand side of your back, of your neck, and maybe the upper back. Back to center, and then turn your head to the left. Look at the left foot, and you feel the stretch going down the right-hand side of your neck, maybe the upper back. Then back to center again, and softly lower the head down to the earth. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms face the sky. Lift your chest a little bit to open up the chest and widen your shoulders. One leg at a time, stretch the legs onto your mat. Move your head from side to side if you need to find a really comfortable position. And once you've found your perfect position to relax, begin taking deep, slow breaths out of the upper belly. Now, I mentioned in our bridge pose, we do not want to use the lower belly for breath. Simply because if we push air down into the lower belly, it tends to push down onto our perineum, and we do not want to push down on the perineum. We want the perineum to always lift up. So continue taking these deep, slow breaths into the upper belly. Yeah, that's great. And I'd like us to do a short breathing exercise created by Andrew Weil, if you've ever heard of him. And it's to stimulate the relaxation response. So at your next breath in, count 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then breathe out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. More time, everybody. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold the breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe naturally and normally. Wonderful. Natural breath. Feel your body relaxing. Feel as if you're letting go into the earth. Now imagine your upper back and your shoulders. Imagine them hard ice cubes. And allow them to begin melting, becoming liquid, warm, and flowing. As you breathe, they become even warmer. And the liquid becomes clouds of steam rising off your shoulders and upper back until all tension evaporates. Bring your attention back to your breath and take 3 deep, slow breaths out of the upper belly. Allow your ribs and your upper belly to expand and release as you let go of the breath. Begin to softly move your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, raise your arms over your head and get a good stretch of your body, hands to feet. Yeah, nice, everybody. Raise the knees now up to your chest and squeeze the knees against the chest. Nice squeeze. Now rock from side to side. Good job. Then right arm to the right ear, roll all the way to your right hand side and push off the floor to lift from the side. Good. When you're seated, let's rub our hands together. Warm up the hands. Bring the hands over the face, stimulating the muscles of the face. Just tap softly around the eyes and maybe over the cheeks and shake out. This time, warm up your hands again. And if there are any ice cubes that are still there, let's melt them. So get them onto the trapezius and take a couple squeezes and melt those ice cubes. Shake out your hands. Let's bring the hands to the heart center. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And have a lovely Monday afternoon.